Namaste. So far, we have covered up to Lord Sri Ram's incarnation, Ramavataram, and now we have entered the era of Dwapara Yuga, where we have Balarama Avataram and Shri Krishna Avataram. Now, the main purpose of these incarnations also are to eliminate the overburden to Devi Earth. The major objectives of these incarnations are mainly to give liberation to the Jay and Vijay who have taken birth as Shishupalan, the Maharaja of Chedi Raj, and Dandavaktran is another individual, a demon, a Daitya. So for that, besides that, there are a lot of evil souls living, and to eliminate all these people, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu as Shri Krishna, and to help him, the serpent Ananta as his elder brother Balram. They decided to take the birth as the sons of Vasudev and Devaki, the sister of Kamsa. Maharaja Kamsa is the son of Ugrasen. Ugrasen, when he was alive, when he was the king of Ujjain, Kamsa put him in jail, his father, and took the autocrat position of emperorship forcibly from his father Ugrasen and put him in jail. And he had a sister called Devaki who was married to Vasudev, and during the marriage, after the marriage, they were driven in a chariot, and while taking them to their places in the Gokulam, where all the Yadavs were staying, Vasudev also is a Yadav. So there they heard an anonymous saying, which is saying that her eighth child will kill his uncle Kamsan. So the Kamsan death has been predicted. So while taking Vasudev and his sister Devaki, there was a prediction with an invisible body saying that Devaki's eighth child will kill you, that is Kamsan. So Kamsavadham will be executed by her eighth child. So the moment he heard about this, he thought of killing Devaki so that that problem will be solved. Where Vasudeva came with a solution. Please, you have so much of love towards your sister, and we both of us are blessed with your noble act of giving her to me, duly married. I promise you, being the father, each and every child will be given to you, so you can either kill them or you can grow them according to your wish. So please allow her to live. please don't kill her. Like that, Vasudev pleaded to Kamsan, and Kamsan said, okay, I will put both of you in the jail, and every day we will monitor that once she conceives, till the birth of that child will be monitored on a regular basis, and once the child is born, I will come and I will kill that child. Like that, all the 8 years, you can live as couple in my jail, not anywhere else. They agreed and they were in the jail. And in the jail, all 6 children, first 6 children were killed. The 7th time when Devaki conceived, Lord Vishnu switched over that pregnancy to Vasudev's another wife called Rohini, and Balram was born through Rohini. And Lord Krishna, Devaki conceived the 8th child, which is Lord Krishna, and the moment he was born, it was it was illustrated in Srimad Bhagavatam as Tamadbhutam Balakamambujekshanam Chaturbhujam Shankhagadaryudayudham Srivatsalakshmam Galashobhikaustubham Pitambaram Sandrapayoda Saubhagam Maharha Vaidurya Kirita Kundala Tushaparishwa Tasahasra Kundalam Uddamakanjangada Kankanadibhir Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. It's a beautiful sloka written by Sri Vedavyas Maharshi, who wrote Mahabharat. This is a slok from Mahabharat, not from other epics or thing. This is written by Sri Vedavyasa Maharshi, explaining the way Lord Krishna was born, and it was immensely undescribable. Such a glory it was, and he showed his Vishwarupam of Mahavishnu to his parents Vasudeva and Devaki, and advised them, you take me to Gokulam, where Nandagopal's wife Yashoda has given birth to a baby girl. Bring back that girl, and you can give that girl to Kamsa, and she will manage. So, from Vishwarupam, he became a small child and started crying, and without much noise, Lord Vasudeva took him to Gokulam by crossing the river Kalindi, Yamuna, and reached Gokulam, kept the baby boy near Yashoda, and took the baby girl from Yashoda's bed back to jail. And during all these, the weather, the jail, doors, everything was favorable to Vasudeva, because ultimately it is his wish, that is Lord Vishnu's wish, that there should not be any obstruction for this smooth going and return. So once the baby girl was brought back to jail, the girl started crying aloud, making the security guards alert and informing Kamsa. Kamsa came rushing and took hold of this baby girl on her both the legs and started hitting on the usual rock. But in that attempt, the girl was flown off to the air, and she said, look, your strength, it's not good for you to show it to a girl. I'm a girl. don't do it to women. The entire womankind was insulted by you by this. And mind you, your real killer has already born. You search and find out, and then if you can get over him, that's good. Anyway, I am going, my job is over. She said and left. And Lord Kamsa got so worried, perplexed, disappointed, came back to his assembly, called all the ministers and called all the black magicians and told that wherever there is a newborn child, you have to kill that child. So people were sent to various directions, and Putana was sent. Putana is the sister of Kamsa. She went in disguise as a beautiful lady and went, saw the child and took to her hands and embraced the child. The Putana's affection, embracing, etc., Lord Krishna, Bhagavan really enjoyed it, and in turn, with full affection, he started drinking the milk which was given by Putana. He drank, and ultimately it came to such a stage that Putana started feeling pain. And she started asking Lord Krishna to release her from his gum. He was not having teeth that time. But Krishna didn't do that. He didn't release her, and he drank the total milk, then blood, and her soul. The beautiful Putana who has come, that body changed into a totally devilish, a demonish body, so huge like a mountain. And Lord Krishna, he was literally enjoying it, and he was playing with a smiling face. All the ladies over there, the Gopastris, Yashoda, everyone were so fearful about this child. But when they all saw him in a mountain-like body, playing and smiling, they, especially his father Nandagopar, got a ladder, climbed up and brought Krishna down. And the next day, the huge body was cremated. Since Lord Krishna, he has drunk all the milk from her breast and the blood, and the total body became purified, and she got liberation by virtue of that particular act of kindness from Lord Krishna. This sad news had reached Kamsa, and Kamsa sent another demon called Shakatasura in the form of an asura, went there in disguise in the form of a vehicle. And during those days, these vehicles used to make a lot of noise. And Krishna was laying over there. Yashoda had entrusted the other boys to take care of him. And in the meantime, everything happened within a fraction of a second. The Shakatasura came and it went through Krishna's body. And there was a huge thunderous sound came, and that was nothing but the entire vehicle perished. It got dismantled, it got demolished, it got in powder form. It has come to that small pieces. And this was a wonderful, amazing scene for the other children, and they were all praising that Krishna, we do not know what happened, but ultimately that Asuran has been killed by Krishna. So that was Shakatasura. When this news also reached Kamsa, he sent another Asura called Trinavartan. Trinavartan means storm. It's called a storm. That Asura, that demon came and took Krishnan through the wind, up and up, and reached so high in the sky when Shri Krishna Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, he increased his weight to such a level that Trinavarta started getting suffocated. He could not get oxygen to his lungs, and he started pleading. Ultimately, nothing worked out, and he fell down dead. And Krishna was playing on his body as well. So this also, it was a sight which was unbelievable for the Gopans, Nandagopar, and all the Gokulam people. They were with a lot of disbelief. They were watching this scene. The same news, that news again reached Kamsa, and Kamsa gave up for the time being. Let the child grow, because that time we will come to know whether he has got any supernatural strength or power. So then Krishna and Balabhadra, both of them, they started growing. So there they were admitted into a Gurukulam which was run by Sandeepani Maharshi. They had their education over there. That time one of their classmates was Sudama, who also was later known as Kuchelan. And during their classes, the course study, the Guru or Guru Patni, whatever is told, they have to do it. So one day, the Guru Patni told Krishna and team to fetch and gather the logs for fire, for cooking, and for all the requirement in the kitchen, in that Gurukulam. So many people are there for that, food has to be prepared. For that, logs are required. So they went to the forest, deep forest, and ultimately there were torrential rain, and somehow they were shiveringly, they were standing down a tree, and they were waiting for the downpour to come to a stop. Ultimately, at that time, Sudama had some, poha, avil. That avil he ate without sharing it with Sudama. So both of them were together. So Krishna didn't notice it. As if, he has not seen that. But ultimately, the whole life, Sudama had to suffer poverty. Sudama used to. So that is part of the story. Now, Sudama is also a character in this Dashamaskandham of Sri Mahabharat Kuchela Vrittam. And when they finished successfully the course, the educational course, all the Shastras, Upanishads, it took about 64 days, which people used to take more than 6 years to complete it. Both Shri Krishna and Balarama finished it within 64 days because of their supernatural grasping ability and all that. Sudama was still continued over there. He had to take about 6 years course completely. Now, once they came back, the ladies, irrespective of their age in the Gokulam Ambadi, were so fascinated with Krishna's personality, and they all started, looking at him with a lot of respect, bhakti and all that. We cannot say that it is some other bad relationship or something like that. But the moment they think of Lord Krishna, they used to stay with him, and missing him is something unthinkable for them. And Krishna also used to enjoy their company, these girls and ladies and all that. And he used to give them advice, look, Kulavadhus, that is, ladies who are already married and you all have your own husbands and all that. When you move very close to me, there should be some sort of, they might feel otherwise, though you may not be having it, and even I don't have that. But anyway, it is better to be careful to maintain the family relationship. So, like that, it went on. Meanwhile, the Nandagobar and the other Gopalas, they all decided, because lot of wrong signs, this place Gokulam Ambadi is not okay for us to live comfortably. The peace of mind we are not getting. Every time my son Krishna has been attacked by somebody or the other, so let us move this place. And they chose a place called Vrindavanam, and they shifted from Gokulam Ambadi to Vrindavanam. And Vrindavanam, we have nearby Kalindi, Yamuna and all that. In Vrindavanam, they took all the cows and all that. Cow is one of the very close pet animals of their family, and they loved this pet. And the boys used to take the cows along with them in the morning and come back in the evening after feeding these cows with full stomach. So like that, they were very particular to find out whether this area of Vrindavanam is grassy, and they found that it is much more beautiful than Gokulam, so they decided to shift over there. One day, it so happened, Kamsa sent another demon called Aghasuran. Aghasuran means it's a very big snake with a huge body and all that. So none knew that it's a snake. So all the Gopalas, the friends of Shri Krishna went inside thinking that it's a cave and we will be able to see a lot of sights and all that. Even the cows also went inside. When they realized that it's a trap, Lord Krishna immediately came, he also went inside, and then he started growing, and this Aghasura was killed because the snake Aghasura could not breathe, and he rescued all the children and the cows from this Aghasura's belly. Another incident was when they were taking the cows out in the evening while coming back, they all felt thirsty and they drank the water from Yamuna Kalindi Nadi, and they all fell with the poisoned water of Kalindi river. So again this was brought to the notice of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna went to Kalindi, got up onto a tree and then fell into that river, and the waves created lot of fear in the Kaliyan's family, Kaliyan's wives and children and all that. They all started shivering. So Kaliyan got so annoyed and he started shouting, "Who is this?" So Krishna came up from the deep water up and told him that it's me. So Kaliyan, started Krishnan brought him into his grip. Kaliyan started drawing. That is the way of, bringing the bite into his control. That is the usual way. That's the same case with spiders also. Spider also do the same thing with the webs. Now here Kaliyan's grip, Krishna could easily come out that, and then he got onto his, head, one of the heads. He has got so many thousands of heads, this Kaliyan. So he got onto one and he started dancing. When that head, was totally tired, he started getting onto the other. Ultimately, he started vomiting blood. And all his wives, Kaliyan's wives and all that started praying, children also, please don't kill him. He realized his fault. We also realized his fault. This is not our place. He said, you can go to such a place where Garuda won't come. When you have come to this Kalindi for the fear of Garuda. Now Garuda won't come there. Go to that place and live there comfortably, because since my feet is there, Garuda won't come over there. But this place you have to vacate, because of your inherent poisonous this lungs and all that, I can't allow you to stay here. So go to that place, and that is the end of Kaliya Mardhanam, and Kaliya started living over there, and this was totally free of poison, this river. Kaliya Mardhanam is also one of the main incidents. Another thing was, the children, when they planned and then went for a particular game, here what we call kabaddi, over there during those days, they were playing the same sort of game with a different name in their colloquial language. So there, the condition was, the person who gets defeated should carry his opponent on his shoulder and run to that extent where the opponent says, okay, now we can go back. Till such time he has to carry. So there was a demon called Pralambasuran. Pralambasuran was deputed by Kamsan to find out this boy and Krishnan and finish him. So he came as one of the participants in the game. So Krishnan warned his elder brother Balram and told him that this is for you. So Balraman and Pralamban started playing, and Balraman defeated him. So Pralamban has to take him on his shoulder, Balraman, and they started running. When they started running, disappeared from this gang, when Pralamban felt that nobody is going to notice, he thought he will finish Balraman over there, and he started hitting Balraman. So he looked at Krishna. Krishna said, go ahead. Balraman hit him twice, Actually, the second hit was on his dead body. So Pralambasuran, sent by Kamsan, also was killed in that incident. And then they grew to a youthfulness, and that time the Gopastris, the ladies of Vrindavanam, they all started expressing her love, because the girls, when they attain the puberty, they start having a lot of dreams and visualization and all that. So they started dreaming with Lord Krishna, and Krishna understood that. So he said, there will be a particular day when your all wishes will be fulfilled. So one full moon day, Lord Krishna sat near the Kalindi river, and then he started playing his favorite flute. Hearing the sound, all the ladies came and they started playing. The number of ladies, that many number of Krishnas he made available, and it was a beautiful night. All the ladies, they enjoyed, and the dance is called Rasa Krida, and that also is one of the famous chapters in this particular Dashamaskandham, or even Narayaniyam. Narayaniyam 69th Dashakam is Rasa Krida. Now, in the meantime, in the kingdom called Vidarbha, the king is Rugman, and Rugman has two children, Rugmi and Rugmini. So they all came to, Rugmi and Rugmini had an age difference of around 6 to 7 years. So when Rugmini started attaining the youthfulness, one of the famous kings during those days, Shishupalan, proposed her through Rukmi. And Shishupalan is a good friend of Rukmi. So Rukmi gave a commitment without consulting Rukmini or their father. He gave word to Shishupalan, knowing that Rukmini heard a lot about Lord Krishna. So she had made up her mind, if at all she marries, she will marry only Lord Krishna. So it has come to such a stage that they have decided, and they were planning about engagement and the marriage. So Rukmini sent a messenger, a Brahmin boy, explaining the whole thing, her total feelings towards Lord Krishna, in the form of a messenger, and that messenger went there to Dwaraka. By that time Dwaraka was built, and Lord Krishna received this Brahmin boy, and the Brahmin boy, after receiving all this and after accepting the treats and all that, he told Lord Krishna that unless and until you come and rescue her, she will finish her life. Because if she has to bow her head for garlanding by Shishupalan, that is for sure that night, the previous night, she will commit suicide. So Lord Krishna said, don't worry, I am also wanting to meet her. So let's go. So this boy, Brahmin boy, both of them, they went together back, and they realized that the next day morning she will be coming to offer prayers into the nearest Durga temple for Durga's blessing. And when she visited Durga temple, after completing her offerings and prayers and all that, when she came out, Lord Krishna said, this is for you, the chariot. I brought this chariot for you based on your message. Get on to that. And by that time, this was known to Shishupala and Rukmi and all that, they all were there to attack Lord Krishna. He gave the reins to Rukmini and said, you take care of the chariot, I will take care of them. So he defeated all these, and it came to such a stage, Rukmi was caught and he was about to behead. At that time, with the entire force, Balaraman has come, and he said, don't do that because it is her brother after all. Don't behead him, but shave off him. Make all mundan, total shave, you do that. So Lord Krishna, he did half of one side and let him go. So Krishna took Rukmini to Dwaraka and they got married with the customary proceedings and all that, and they started family life. Then Jarasandhan was another threat, a challenge, because Jarasandhan is a very strong emperor where nobody can kill him. So Jarasandhan, with all his troops and all that, he has got a lot of bad name. He had 16,000 girls as prisoners in his jail. So, but he cannot touch them as long as Krishna is alive. So Krishna was attacked by Jarasandhan 17 times. All the 17 times Jarasandha got defeated and Krishna let him go. And the 18th time, Krishna accepted his defeat and he fled without allowing him to catch Krishna. He went to Dwaraka and Jarasandhan went back. Now, because killing Jarasandhan, it should be part of Rajasuyam, it should be done by the Pandavas. So keeping that in mind, he didn't kill him. Kept him for Pandavas. Now, he released all the 16,000 girls, and when all these girls, family members and all that said, now they will not get a good life. So you have to give him a life. So Krishna said, okay. For that sake, Krishna married all the 16,000 ladies, despite having 8 wives of his own. Rukmini the first, then Mitravinda is there, Jambavati is there, lot many, Satyabhama is there. So total 8 wives he already has. Besides that, 16,000 ladies, girls, whom he got released from Jarasandhan's prison, he married all of them, and for each of them he made beautiful palaces, and he was present with every wife with a different body, with different mood, with different actions, all with humorous sense of humor. And they spent together, and each of his wives, he blessed them with 10 sons each. So 16,000 wives plus 8 wives, all of them they have got 10 children, 10 sons each. Not even a single girl, all sons. So the Yadava, that the entire population became good warriors, and the Yadava Sainyam was rich with, mainly with Lord Krishna's children, and each of them giving responsibilities in the battlefield and in the army. So that is another story. Rukmini Swayamvaram ends there. Kuchela, because of his poverty, Kuchela's wife asked him, go and meet and do the prayashchitam and repent yourself for whatever you have done during your academic period in the forest. Say sorry. So, this Sudama's trip to Dwaraka. From far away, Lord Krishna saw Sudama coming. He went and received him, embraced him, and look what is there you have brought me, let me see. So he found on his Angavastra, at the end, there was a small ball type thing. He untied it and took out, it is poha, avil, the old debt. That avil he took one mushti, one full slot, and then ate it. The second one, when he tried, Rukmini came and stopped, because he will become immensely rich and we will become pauper. Don't do that. She warned Krishna and kept it back into that Angavastram. And that day they treated him, he spent the night over there. He was thinking, what will I say to my wife? But by the time when he reached over there, he couldn't believe his eyes, because the whole thing, his wife was totally with ornaments and all that. Children are pretty healthy and with very smiling face. The old hut has become a beautiful palace. A lot of gold jewelries, diamond jewelries, a lot of wealth. So his wife told that these are all by the grace of God, Shri Krishna. So Kuchela Vritam is about that, making his childhood friend relieved out of his sin and then became rich. Now, the major part is Kurukshetra Yuddha. Pandavas were in the side of Dharma, and Kaurava, they are cousins. Kauravas, 101 children are there, 100 sons and one girl. Her name is Dushala. The eldest one is Duryodhana. Duryodhana, Dushasana, there are so many, 100 people. From the beginning, when they both Pandavas and Kauravas were children, they started, Kauravas used to harm these poor. Poor means they are strong enough, but still they avoid confrontation. They don't fight, thinking that one day will come where all these 101, ultimately it is our cousins only. We should not harm them. If they harm them, it is because of the childhood, frailties. So those things will be corrected in future. So ultimately, they all, Dronacharya came there, and Dronacharya was entrusted the job of teaching all these boys, Pandavas and Kauravas, all the Shastras, Upanishads, and all the Ayodhana Vidya, all even bow and arrow, Gada, all weapons, how to use it. And ultimately, a day came, they announced that a competition to find out who is the best among the total 105 boys. 5 Pandavas and 100 Kauravas. In that competition, one by one it started, and in most of the boys, they came first, because the stronger, when they competed with weaker ones, obviously the stronger one will win. So like that, all the stronger ones were winning. By that time, Karnan is also a very good warrior, trained by Parashuram. Karnan is the disciple of Lord Parashuram. Parashuram taught all these to Karnan. So Karnan made an entry himself into the competitive field and asked, let you include me also as one of the participants. Now, there is Acharyas asked him, we will do that provided you disclose your identity. Who is your father? Which kingdom you belong to? So there was no answer because he is the son of a Suta. Suta means a Terali, a charioteer. Now, when he was not having an answer, he said, I am the son of a charioteer. No, this is for the royal family children, not for you. There, Duryodhana came to rescue him, saying that I make him the king of Angarajyam, and offered all people should talk to him, treat him with all dignity, as you treat all other kings. He is the king now. Then Karnan also took part, and he also started winning, and ultimately it came to such a stage, it got into some argument and all that. Ultimately, Bhishma Pitama, he said the competition will end here. Let's not do that again, because our intention is to find out, to identify the best among the total. Now that is completed. Now there won't be any more competition, and the battle, the infight continued between Kauravas and Pandavas, and Kauravas decided to finish all the Pandavas. They made a particular house called Arakilam. It was made of wax, which is prone to fire. So when they were all sleeping, the architect of this wax house or wax palace disclosed this matter to Yudhishthira, the eldest of the Pandavas, and also revealed him the fact that there's a particular tunnel which was made for their rescue. So you can use that. What they did is, when the wax palace was put on fire, the people who have come for that, they all have been put inside, and there were about 5 of them dead. Those people who came to put fire onto this, and these Pandavas, they escaped and then reached a place where they were not identifiable, they will not be recognized, disguised as different with the different characteristics. So that was another incident in Pandava Kaurava. Ultimately, when they realized that they are alive, now they approached Krishna and asked them to mediate, to get something for them. Though they are cousins, they are entitled for half of the total kingdom ruled by them, but at least for 5 of them, 5 villages. When they said no, at least 5 houses, they said no. 1 house, no. When everything was said no, then Duryodhanan wanted to torture them much. Duryodhanan said, look, I challenge you for the gambling. In that gambling, if you win, we will give you half of the total kingdom. If you lose, once you use all your property, then you have to undergo 12 years of vanavasam. You have to live in the forest, and after completing 12 years, 1 year you have to live in disguise. No one should spot you that this is the eldest of Pandava, or this is Bhim, this is Arjun, this is Nakul, this is Sahadevan. So when this condition was put, being a Kshatriya, Yudhishthir had to accept that challenge. And the biggest blunder he made is he didn't tell this to Lord Krishna and requested him to help them out, to bail them out. So Lord Krishna didn't attend to that, because unless and until somebody asks for a help, one should not offer help. So Duryodhana, he knew that he is a beginner and he doesn't know anything about this gambling. He took the help of his uncle Shakuni, and Shakuni is a master in foul play of this gambling. And by virtue of Shakuni's foul play, they lost entire everything, and everything whatever they had, when everything was lost in this gambling, there is nothing. So they surrendered. We are ready to go. No, there is one more thing left out. What is that? Panchali. Panchali is a girl, a lady who all five of you are having on a particular system which your mother Kunti Devi asked you to follow the system every year with one brother, one person, she can live. Now, you should not have that facility. Surrender her also here. He asked his younger brother Dushasana to bring her to the assembly where this is happening, and unfortunately it was during her period time. At that time, Dushasana caught hold of her hair and brought her to the Sabha, to this assembly, where all the Acharyas were present, everyone was present, and started, dishonoring her by catching hold of her dress and trying to undress her. So Panchali didn't have any other option except praying to Lord Krishna to save her from this embarrassing situation. Lord Krishna immediately made arrangements. Panchali was rescued by Lord Krishna by virtue of his timely interference and immediate solutions he provided. Now, all these, increased the gap between the Pandavas and Kauravas, and ultimately led to the unavoidable war, Kurukshetra war, where when Krishna was approached by Arjuna and Duryodhana, Krishna offered impartially both. I will be there with one side without any weapon. I will not use any weapon. I will be there in their side, and the other side I will give my entire army, the Yadav army. I will give them with a lot of warriors, with a lot of Maharathis. So Duryodhana opted, what is the point in taking Krishna without any weapon and not participating? So I need only the Yadav army. Arjuna said, I don't need any army, I need only you, Lord Krishna, with me. So that way there was no dispute among that, and ultimately the war started, and I will explain the details of the war in another video. Now, all I tell you, the entire essence of whatever I have told is, to sum it up, that all these incarnations, including Krishna Avatar, it is focused mainly on reinforcing the dharma and demolishing the adharma. Even the Kurukshetra war is of that. Now, My suggestion to all of you is, whenever you do something, you are meant for doing something, and that action should be focused not only for your welfare, not only for your family welfare, it should be for the welfare of some others also, other than your family members and yourself. So, to achieve that, I will just read a few Shanti mantras for you, and the first thing is Guru Vandanam. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gajananam Bhutaganati Sevitam Kapithajambu Phalasara Bhakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Om Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Hridhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanaatham Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendriyairva Buddhyatmana va Prakrute Swabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayeti Samarpayami. Om Shri Sadashivayeti Samarpayami. Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhina Sarve santu niramaya Sarve bhadrani pashyantu Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayana 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 Narayana. Hare Krishna Guruvayurappa Shambho Mahadeva Amme Lokamatave. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda.